Well, inspiration is always a difficult thing to talk about because it's very abstract. But what inspires you? Can it be any sound? Because you mentioned the technology and then.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like music-wise, what inspires me is stuff that does sound a bit different, or stuff that is really just like you can tell it's really real, like songwriting-wise and like lyrics, and I just. Yeah, I'm really into a band called Milky Chance.
Right.
I just love them. But I think for me, the first time I saw them and heard their music, it was the first time I saw anything that would actually manage to combine like live and digital stuff so well, and just that the songs were like dancey-ish but still songs, and it was just really cool. So I think inspiration musically is just like different sounds that I might hear and stuff like that, and then just inspiration overall is just like situations I've been in and stuff like that.
In that sense, it's interesting because you mentioned the dance side, but then also the pop structure side. And then, do you think that these days, because of what technology allows us to do, that genres are kind of blurring in a way?
I think so. More and more, I think that because you like listen to different songs that maybe are on the radio and stuff, and it's just so different, and even from 6 months ago, it's just it's crazy. But yeah, I think it's becoming definitely more and more easier to kind of mix some stuff, and it's becoming, people can maybe realise more that it's okay to kind of not stick in a box completely. Because for a while I used to be quite self-conscious that my music wasn't exactly like pop or soul or hip hop or do you know what I mean? People would kind of be like, oh, what is it then? And I'd be like, well, I don't know. But now I kind of feel like I still don't know entirely what it is, but there's certain little areas that I can fit in.
But so in that sense, the creative process, I assume then you are very free.
Yeah, I think so. I don't tend to put too much pressure on myself in that part, and I don't tend to think, oh, I want to write a song that kind of is exactly like this and then it ends up like this. Sometimes I have an idea and like, I want this one to be a bit more upbeat, or this one a bit more just piano or something, in that kind of sense. But I like to let the song go where it's going, and then if stuff needs to be changed then it can, obviously, but I kind of like to let it just do its thing.
Sure. And well, you mentioned the lyrics, and one thing, a word I wrote down and underlined while doing research was authenticity, and I believe that's important for you to be honest. And you mentioned the confidence and getting on stage as well. So was it easy to do, to kind of be vulnerable?
No, not for me. I think for some people just have like natural confidence and the ability to do that, and for me I kind of do have to go like deep inside and find it. But once I start performing, I really enjoy it, and I get into it. For me, it's just sometimes the before and the after that's quite difficult. But yeah, I thought authenticity is really important to me, and I think that's why, because I write about real stuff to me and to other people, that it needs to be like in my own accent, and to keep it as authentic as it possibly can be. Because,
well, you mentioned your accent, which is quite interesting, because have people maybe labeled people or told you to kind of try to get you to change it? Or?
Not yet, no,
okay.
They haven't.
Okay.
But they won't.
Fair enough, that's good, that's very good. I wrote a couple of lines down from a couple songs, so I don't know if you want to get into it, but we'll see.
That's cool.
So from Machines That Breathe, there was a line, I was insecure when I was losing doubt, today is different.
Yeah.
So I was wondering what changed about today, why is today different?
I think when I wrote Machines That Breathe, I was thinking that, because in that song says it was a little easier in the dark, that part as well, and then I was more secure when I was losing doubt, so it's kind of like, in a weird way, you can sometimes feel more safer when you feel a bit more vulnerable or down. And if you like, if you feel like, don't know, anxious or something about something, you can sometimes, that is a place where you feel a bit more comfortable because it's the different side of you. So I think there was that, and yeah, when I wrote this song, there was stuff that I was realising about myself, or the way that I felt, and stuff that wasn't as abnormal as I thought. So that's what I was thinking when I wrote that song. And just, so I guess today's different because I don't know, I've learned so much about myself in the past couple of years that I just feel little times more ready to deal with different stuff and stuff, so I'm still just kind of learning different stuff.
Is there maybe one thing you can share that you felt, well, this is something I've kind of realised in the past year that's really given me a lot?
I think it's just realising what is good for you and what is bad for you. So like I've kind of realised some situations where I really feel I can't be in, so I kind of just, I don't know, I just have to say no, or I have to find another way to do it. And another thing I've kind of realised, I guess, is I do like some interviews on the phone, or some are like written interviews, and I've realised with like email interviews I really struggle to kind of get started, and then I can just put it off, but with a phone interview or like a video interview, it's done and it's more natural. So I've kind of noticed that the whole email interview thing freaks me out a little bit, because I just end up like just retyping so many sentences all the time. So I kind of like, that's one thing music-y wise that I've realised doesn't really work for me too well. But yeah, I guess
in that sense then, because you say rewriting lines, and so when you write lyrics, is that an arduous process? Is it do you cross out lines a lot then?
Sometimes, not really. Like I don't like scrutinise so much over it. Sometimes I kind of think, once I've maybe put it down and recorded it, I think maybe that doesn't work, or that doesn't sound right. But I kind of just, I don't know, I kind of just tend to go with like the rhythms of it and stuff.
There's one more line, and I think I can't remember where it's from, but one drop dilutes the ocean, can be reversed. What was the spark for this line?
So I was on the phone, I think, to my auntie, and she was talking about loads of different stuff, and she was just like on about different things, and she reads the Tao Te Ching, and she's into like all that stuff, and she was just talking about loads of different things, and there was just, I just like on my phone I just wrote down some notes and just like little bits and stuff about like dilute an ocean, and then a while later I kind of wrote that bit and that whole phrase that's in that song, and it kind of just like summed up some things, and then I put the rest of the song around it to kind of like just to get that kind of feeling that I was trying to create.
And well, I find it interesting because like I mentioned, you've been to South by Southwest. You've been making music for quite a while. Are you thinking about an album, or do you have plans to? Because I don't think you haven't released that much yet. So.
No, definitely thinking about it. I think I've always been thinking about it, but not yet. I think it needs to be, for me, it needs to be totally right, and just like the whole album needs to kind of fit together. And because I really love listening to albums that you just like, the songs are there for a reason. There's not just any songs that are just like, I need a piano song, so I put. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of just like different stuff. So we've definitely got at the moment like enough songs for an album or two, but I think it just needs to be, I don't know, it just needs to feel right. And I guess like a debut album, there's so much stuff behind it. So but yeah, hopefully that's something I really want to do, so hopefully soon.
Finally then, and this might be impossible to answer, but what are you looking for then in a debut album? What kind of overarching or
I would like to I don't know, maybe just cover some of the like different areas of sounds that I'm quite into, and the different styles of the songs and stuff, and I guess just make it like the song, just make it like as real as possible, and kind of an album that can be still around in however many years, like loads of years, not just something that I just kind of throw out as like, oh, that's it, done, thank God. But I kind of I just want to create something that hopefully people will love for a long time.
Well, because we started the interview talking about albums, and then obviously nowadays people can just click on song on Spotify or whatever. So albums might not be as big as they once were, but for you, then I can assume it's very important to still have that full album beginning to end.
Yeah, we released the first 2 singles on 7-inch vinyl as well, so I'm really into that side of things, and yeah, that's something that I kind of want to continue with Charlotte, is we always have the physical element, because there's always going to be people that are into it, even though as things move digital. But I think it's something. It's just such a nice thing to have. Sure.
Very last question. The last band, very quickly. The last band that you bought an album of, or so a last album that you listened to that you thought was really good.
Last album, on the way here yesterday, we listened to one of my favourite albums are the Milky Chance album, Sad Necessary, and Leanne LaHava's album, Blood. I love, and we're listening to Christine the Queen's album, which is just amazing as well. They're the last ones I kind of listened to, and Disclosure actually.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.